Tutti, good evening everybody. Just few words to introduce Anna Maria Tiozzo. She's a business consultant. She's involved in many business with Italian and European companies into the Islamic countries. So this evening she will talk us about doing business in Islamic countries, and I hope that our students coming from the Islamic countries will participate with their insights, questions, and so on. So have a good conference.
Oh. Okay. Good evening, and thank you for inviting me at this conference. I apologize first of all for my English, that it's not perfect. I hope you can understand me anyway. So, the title of this conference is Doing Business in Islamic Countries and the Impact of the Faith-Based Practice on Market. First of all, in this increasing globalized world, religion plays a significant role on influencing the social and consumer behavior. This is particularly true for Islamic faith. Why? The reason is that Islam is the first religion in the world for a number of adherents, with quite 2 billion all over the world. In Europe, we have quite 20 million people that is its adherent to Islamic faith, with France that have 5 million, and Italy itself has quite 1.5 million people. As we can see from the slide, Islam is the fastest growing religion in the world. And you know why? Because of conversion and because of tendency of Muslim family to have many children, naturally. Muslims are widely distributed around the world. And they are distributed all over the world, but we cannot generalize when we talk about Islamic people, as they have different ethnics, languages, and culture. So what I mean is that when we will talk about the principle on the principle on excuse me for my emotion. I want to know that we cannot generalize when we try to trace some common principle. Anyway, they have different colors, ethnic, languages, and culture, but they have one only faith. There are three mainly requests of Muslim people in the market. The first one is halal food and production. The second one is financial product and insurance product. And the third one is modest dressing. You have here an example of burkini that is a mix between burqa and bikini. Yes, I know, you can laugh, but this kind of burkini is growing very well, okay? It's selling very well. Activities, every kind of activities can be divided on or classified in halal and haram. So halal is what is permitted, and haram is what is not permitted from Sharia, that is the Islamic law. There are other two classifications. One is makruh, sorry for my pronunciation, and the last one is mashbu, the one is not encouraged, and the second is suspect. This terminology particularly we use for food industry, but can be used for every aspect of life and for every services. So, the characteristic that distinguish Islamic faith is that Islam is a complete way of life, as you can see. Everything a Muslim do, from waking up, eating, doing business, sleeping, politics, every kind of act is an act can be an act of worship. We have a saying of the Prophet, peace be upon him, one should not please a creation at the expenses of the creation, of the creator, excuse me. So here we have an advertising about a female college in America. This shows us the great identity, sense of identity of Muslim people. The title is "We Are American and We Are Muslim." If we can read, I don't know if you can read because it's very small. Anyway, in one passage they say, Muslim life and worship are structured around the 5 pillars of Islam: faith, prayer, helping the needy, fasting, and pilgrimage. So, this is the 5 pillars of Islam: faith, iman, prayer, salah, helping the needy, zakah, fasting, and pilgrimage. So, starting from the first, faith. The profession of faith that is called Shahada say that it's a simple profession that say there is one only God and Muhammad is his prophet. This is a very simple profession, but has so many consequences on markets. What's the first consideration we can do from this? First of all, a question. Can we use in a marketing campaign the name of God or the name of the prophet? Not only the name, but the image, and or can we use religious terminology or religious sign in marketing or in an advertising campaign? The answer differs. For example, we can sure use religion terminology. We have many examples of advertising in which the use of words like Bismillah, that means in the name of God, or Mashallah, something like thanks to God, or Allahu Akbar. Anyway, we have to do big attention in using this kind of words. We have some example of advertising using them. For example, there is one about Ford cars. There are 2 people, one is young and one is old, and the first one show the car to the second, and at every characteristic, the old one say, Mashallah. Mashallah for the price, Mashallah for the car, Mashallah when he can see the large family of the young coming out from the car. But regarding the name of Allah and the name of Muhammad, I can say we cannot use in advertising. We have many and many examples of sometimes unintentional, sometimes intentional, bad use of the name of Allah. In this slide, we can see a Nike big mistake that costs to Nike so much money. On trying to write the word air in Arabic style, they did this mistake as the logo they created and put in the shoes was too much similar to the name of Allah. The consequence was that Nike had to recall all the shoes from the market, but this was not enough. Nike had to apologize to all the Islamic world, and after that was not enough. Nike agreed to investigate on how the logo, this name came, and also had to promise to create some school for children. And at the inauguration of this school, they was giving balloon and T-shirt and every kind of thing to the children. Not enough. They agree that their designers had to make some courses to understand how not to offend Islamic people.